Hi friends, welcome back. So it is another glorious Saturday morning and I'm just getting ready kind of to leave my house eventually. I don't know. So just a normal day. But today, while I get ready, I figured we could talk a little bit about skincare because I haven't given a skincare update in a minute. And I have gone through a few products and started some new ones that I'm pretty excited about. So, yeah, thought we'd talk through that while I get ready for my morning. By the way, this is the new Ciate London Dewy Skin Primer I just got in my BoxyCharm. And first impressions, it feels really nice. I don't know, like I don't know that it leaves me looking super dewy. By the way, I'm using natural light to film today. Very exciting because I was feeling some kind of way about all my lights. So the natural lighting feels really good. It's early enough that I'm getting enough in here to see. But yeah, feels nice. Oi. I'm in between nail applications right now, so I try to have like one day a week where if I put my nails through the ringer. So for work I type a lot. I'm always on a computer. I'm always 10 king and typing fast. So like usually by the end of the week, I've done dishes, I've showered, washed my hair, whatever. I can already feel at least a couple of the nails that are starting to do a little lifting. And usually by Friday, like one or two will pop off in the middle of the workday. Like it's just the way it is. The glue's like, we're not going to work hard anymore. So like if I'm out and about, I'll try to reapply them. But you can only, so like once you have glued them and they've come off, when you go to glue it again, that glue never really stays the same because there's glue buildup on the inside of the nail. It's just, it's glue on glue and that glue crystallizes, so it just doesn't stick. So once that happens, like you're pretty much done. You're gonna have to take them off or whatever, or like replace it with a brand new nail. So typically, what I like to do is I'll go through my week and then I like to give myself like a 24-hour break. And then put another set on. So it gives my nails a chance to breathe. I file them down, I keep them trim. I 9 times out of 10 break one. So I broke my freaking ring finger on my left hand. I was like, of course I did. I like nicked that one on something, so it's shorter than the other ones. But yeah, I cut them, I keep them nice, and then like I start over with a new set. So anyway, by the way, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow in shade 4. I thought, I know most people use this as like a primer. I love this as a foundation. I think it gives just enough coverage that it can be used as a really light, dewy foundation. So, but I digress. Skincare. So since my last skincare update, I have a couple of empties. So I did finish, oh, there you are. I did finish my Kat Berkey face cream. Love this. I actually finished that probably a month ago at least, if not a little bit longer. And I've just been holding on to the empty so I could share it. It is such a good moisturizer. It feels amazing. You guys heard my full review on it previously. If you haven't, check out that skincare video. It was in my last skin update. But it's so good. My hair, by the way, is in a weird length phase. So, like, it's really big. And it's also very clean. So, it's very, very big. Like, yeah. I already put some oil in it trying to mat it down and it's not working. But I've got this like shag happening where like it's in a weird length. Like I I don't know what to do with it. So it's such a strange length. So as I'm looking at myself in the camera, I'm like, ew, I don't like it. So let me pull it down and see if I like it. Okay, let's try that. Anyway, so I finished the cat Berkey, and I was using that as both my day and nighttime, which is probably why I went through it so quickly. So once I finished that, I added two separate moisturizers. I added a daytime moisturizer with a sunscreen in it for daytime, obviously, and then a thicker, something a little richer for nighttime. I lean normal to dry, so I like something a little thicker at night. Otherwise I start to feel like my face feels tight, like in a bad way. So the two that I added were at nighttime, the Weleda Skin Food. So this was the Light Nourishing Cream. This was delicious. I've actually already gone through this. It's empty. Like, I can't squeeze any more product out of it. But this was lovely. I used it at night. I apply a decent amount of this, and I usually start at my décolleté and work my way all the way up. But this was delicious. It is a little thicker, a little richer than most creams, so I'm glad I opted for it nighttime only. My daytime moisturizer I'm still working through is this one from Keys Soulcare. So this is the Protect Your Light Daily Moisturizer with SPF 30. So I'll be honest, I'm typically not a huge fan of chemical sunscreens. I find that chemical sunscreens tend to irritate my eyes. So I often opt for a physical. So something that is zinc oxide based. And usually that I spray on top of like my makeup or anything. But I had this one and I really wanted to try it. It feels really nice. It does, if I get it too close to my eyes, it really does irritate. So I try to keep it to the bottom, but it does a really good job, and it works really nicely under makeup. So if you're somebody who's looking for a new sunscreen, that one from Keys Soulcare SPF 30, highly recommended. It has worked really nicely under all of my makeup. I think only once it pilled, and I can safely say that it wasn't the moisturizer, it was a foundation and the primer combination that I used with it, because that same combination pilled when I wasn't using that moisturizer. So Keys Soulcare Protect Your Light SPF 30, really good option, highly recommend. I just got up close and personal to my under eye, and like from far away I was like, why am I looking like it's 2009 and I have the reverse highlight under my eye? Like, why are the OOs coming back under my eyes right now? And I'm like, that's so weird. I just thought it was the lighting thing, but I got up close. Apparently my concealer has expired. So this was my Algenist Revealed. I talked about it a few videos ago in my discounter video. I bought that at TJ Maxx, but I did buy it well over a year ago. Yeah, apparently it's expired. Whoops. So for under eyes, I've been working on these two eye creams for a while, and I'm really liking them. But so admittedly, I get very impatient with eye creams, and because they just take a long time to go through, and that's not a bad thing when you only have like one, like a normal person. But when you have a collection and there's like 20 still waiting for you to try, like, this is a problem. So what I have two that I received in BoxyCharm a while ago. So the first one is from Dermalect, and this is the dark circle corrector one. Yeah, it's Revitalite eyelid and dark circle corrector, which I really like because I have dark eyelids, and I thought, well, maybe, but I should have known. Like, I don't have dark eyelids because I, like, don't sleep. I just have dark eyelids. So this hasn't really helped with that. But I do use it during the day. I like it in the morning. I don't know if it really does much with my dark circles. Again, those for me are hereditary. I'm going to add a touch of this right now because this concealer situation that is happening under my eyes is annoying me. So I don't know how much it really does for the darkness and puffiness, but I like it. Like, it feels good under the eye. It's nice and nourishing. It is a richer formula, which I typically don't like for daytime, but for some reason this one has worked really well. I mean, you can see I've squeezed the crap out of it, so I'm getting there. It's almost out. I can see it through the bottle. We're like down to here. Yes. But it's a good eye cream, so I would recommend. I do love this little applicator. I love how cold it is. So in the mornings, if I'm feeling like a little puffy, this works beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. You just press it on. And typically what I'll do is I'll press out the product. It comes out the middle there. And then I'll dab the product under my eyes. And then I'll go back in and just kind of press it with the steel applicator. It feels good right now, and I've been awake for hours, but it feels amazing. It really does a good job of pressing the product in without, and it's steel, so it's easy to clean. And it's always nice and cool. I love this applicator. I wish more eye creams would do this. So highly recommend. My nighttime one was from Dr. Brandt. So this is my creme perlée. It's the eye cream. It's a wrinkles, dark circles, and puffiness. The thing about eye creams is as long as you consistently use them, I don't know that you're going to be able to tell a huge difference because your skincare is doing what's right. So I can't say results-wise, I can't speak to this because my under eyes, like, are always looking okay. Thank God I've been using eye cream consistently for a very long time and always anti-aging. But this feels delicious. So I really like the fine tip on that applicator. It makes it really easy. You squeeze it up. You don't get too much. I get, a small dab, and this is enough for both eyes. And typically, I'll just press my ring fingers together and then, might as well dab it on. I don't want to waste it. And then I'll just dab it under my eye. I do like to dab it onto my eyelid. I don't do that with anything that isn't specifically made for the eyes because your eyelids are semi-permeable. So whatever you put on your eyelids will penetrate onto your eyeball. So I like to be very, very careful about what I put on top on my eyelid as far as skincare is concerned. So only products are made for the eyes will I put on my eyelid, but I really like that one. It's very nourishing. It feels amazing. Again, I cannot speak to the anti-aging results because thank God I have good genes and I feel like I'm still doing okay. So but as far as how good it feels, does it work? It works really nicely. We'll see how it works under makeup because I've never actually worn it during the day underneath my makeup, but I like it. It's a really, really good one. While we're here, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced palette. I'm going in with this peachy color here in a pinch. Ooh, I wonder. Okay, I'm going to try this. Now that I have that laid down, because yesterday when I sat down with y'all, I used the Rare Beauty palette for the first time, or whenever that was. And I went all over the eyelid with the pinky, but it didn't impress me. Let me go over this color with the pinky and see if having something layered underneath helps. I mean, you can see it more. It's still very weird that these are remarkably flat shimmers. I'm so kind of disappointed at how not interesting these shimmers are. I officially need a brow wax. Like, it's gotten to the point where me keeping up with it isn't working anymore. But my brow waxer is in DC, and I refuse to see anybody else but her. Like, trusting somebody else with your brows, that is such a huge trust. Such a huge trust. Like, I just can't walk into any brow bar and be like, okay, I'm ready. I need to see your work. Because I have had, for the last 10 years, I have had one of the same two people wax my brows. And they are both phenomenal. And I just can't lightly trust anybody else. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So the last empty I wanted to talk about before I talk about something new and very exciting is this product from e.l.f. So this was their blemish breakthrough. It was the triple acid resurfacing serum. And I was using this every single night. I don't have acne, but I think, and I mentioned this in the last video I did about skincare, a lot of acne ingredients or ingredients that are used in normal acne products, they're actually also really great for anti-aging. So I will look at an ingredient listing and decide if I'm interested. I was very intrigued and I'm really glad I did. This actually is a great product. So, and it's not super expensive, but I loved that this was a dropper. So it was really easy to kind of measure how much you were using. I just love dropper products. But this made my skin feel very soft. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. My moisturizer laid down really nicely on top. I used it both with the Weleda and the Kat Burkie, and both worked very nicely together. So highly recommend this if you're either somebody who is maybe fighting breakouts, but even if you're not and you're just looking for a good anti-aging on a budget, this might be a great one to turn to. Again, they don't claim it, but I'm telling you, the ingredients in this are also work against aging, and it feels really nice, and it did a good job. I definitely felt so. I regularly use products with alpha hydroxys, retinols, glycolic acids, anything like that, because my skin is a little bit drier and I need a little more exfoliation to make sure my moisturizer penetrates well. So I do both physical exfoliation a couple times a week, but chemical exfoliation, be it usually via a serum, is something that I rely on heavily for my skin. And 10 out of 10 recommend that as an excellent chemical exfoliator for a daily. And again, I was using it every night. So not during the day, just once a day. Worked really well. So I liked it. I would rebuy. So that's done. So that meant I needed a new serum. And then I finished my Weleda, and it just happened at the same time, which, guys, this never happened. I never finished two products at the exact same time so I can start a new regimen altogether. So this was kismet. I love it. So when I introduced to my regimen, and I did this about 3 days ago. So this week I got to introduce at the same time, which is really exciting, the Earth Harbor Celestine Radiant Serum. No, Hydro Plumping Peptide Serum, which I got in this BoxyCharm. And from last BoxyCharm, I had received the Earth Harbor what is this? Nymph Nectar Superfruit Radiance Balm. So I introduced these together. Guys, I am so pleased so far. So this is delicious. It is, I love peptide serum. Obviously, I love anti-aging. So this feels lovely on the skin. It penetrates really well. It smells fresh and delicious. This is a star. This is 100% the standout. So first of all, let me show you guys. This is a hard balm. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's got little, I'm going to guess they're jojoba beads. I unfortunately threw out the packaging without rereading the ingredients. So I'm going to have to, hold up. Okay. So I visited their website real quick. And this, first of all, is amazing. I was wrong. It is not jojoba that's in there. It is just a purely oil-based product. So as it gets colder, stored at higher temperatures, it tends to crystallize a bit. It is a hard balm, but this is, guys, delicious. It smells amazing. So it's olive oil based, but the next ingredient is mango seed oil, and you can smell it. There's also cranberry seed oil in there. There's a whole lot of goodness, and I am here for it. This is what I didn't know I needed in my skincare routine. It is all of the moisture you've ever wanted. It makes your skin, like, it leaves it looking not only hydrated, but it also looks, you know, plump and dewy, but it doesn't leave a greasy feeling on the skin. So it's the perfect complement to a serum that is chock full of actives like alpha hydroxys, pomegranates, peptides, retinols. This is chock full of all that stuff. So this is just going to seal it all in. And I am so pleased. So I am incredibly jazzed. I got to put these guys together into my routine. I've been using them, like I said, for just a few days now, so I will definitely give you an update as we finish. But as of right now, like, the way my skin feels when I use those at night, I may have to go buy, like, it kills me, because I'm like, I wish, like, I'm so glad I started using it, but also I wish it was already even colder and winterier and, like, more cold wind in the face, because that would be the perfect remedy for that cold wind chapping your skin and making you like super dry and tight and red. So anyway, that's my skincare update. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you like these videos. Like I said, I love talking about all things beauty all the time. So I hope you enjoy these updates on skincare. And I hope you guys will try some of these brands too. Like, I get very, very excited about skincare, and I realize, you know, everybody has different skincare needs, and what I love may not be perfect for you, but maybe it'll inspire you to try a new brand you haven't tried yet. So maybe the idea of pure oil going onto your face grosses you out or makes you feel like that's going to feel gross on your skin, but maybe something else from Earth Harbor will stick out for you, and that would be lovely if you were to try a new brand because of my video. That would just be amazing. Anyway, like and subscribe down below. Thank you again, and I hope to see y'all in my next one. Have a great day. Bye.